My favorite thing about Shopify is how easy it is to track all of my inventory that I have in stock. Nobody does selling better than Shopify, home of the #1 checkout on the planet. So if you're into growing your business, your commerce platform better be ready to sell wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling. On the web, in your store, in the feed, and everywhere in between. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout uses. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/pretty, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/pretty to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/pretty. A few years ago, I had gone through a very, very bad breakup. When I finally decided to get therapy, it was really difficult to find someone that was going to work with my schedule and also somebody that was able to take my insurance. So if this sounds like something you're going through, I highly recommend Rula. Thousands have already trusted Rula to support them on their journey toward improving mental health and overall well-being. Head on over to rula.com/pretty to get started today. After you sign up, they'll ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them our show sent you. Go to rula.com/pretty and take the first step towards mental health today. You deserve quality care from someone who cares. This podcast is sponsored by Marley Spoon, and I'm genuinely so happy because it's helping me fast track my way to eating well without all the stress. And with my code PRETTY, you can get up to 27 free meals. Thanks to Marley Spoon, I have been cooking more at home, and I love it because sometimes I just get so tired of eating out. This spring, fast track your way to eating well with Marley Spoon. Head to marleyspoon.com/offer/pretty and use code PRETTY for up to 27 free meals. That's right, up to 27 free meals with Marley Spoon. One last time, that's marleyspoon.com/offer/pretty for up to 27 free meals. And make sure you use my promo code PRETTY so they know I sent you.
Welcome back to our last episode of Pretty Not Smart with your host, Louie, aka the baddest perra.
And the biggest pregnant mammoth, Yoatzi.
Hey, isn't that crazy how that's how you're ending our season 2?
Super mammothy.
Like, when you come back for season 3, there's going to be a new Yoatzi Jaras Alex.
God.
That's crazy.
That's really crazy. And I can't believe we're already at the ending of season 2, 3.
This season definitely flew by.
Are we in 2 or 3? Season 2.
Be old pregnancy brain.
Literally, what the fuck happened?
It's crazy because it went by so fast. Like, in the blink of an eye, I'm like, we just wrapped up season 2.
Yes.
I think season 1 felt really like, not really long, but it was our first time doing it. So it was our first time doing like the Halloween decor and Christmas decor and like doing all that. So it just felt like, but this year we kind of had the hang of it a little better.
Yeah.
And now we're going to go to bat 3.
Oh my God, you guys. I know you're going to miss us very much on this little break. But don't miss us too much.
Make sure you follow us on Pretty Not Smart Pod on Instagram and TikTok so you guys stay updated on when we're coming back, changing up the studio, little updates and other content that we'll be posting on there as well. If you missed our last 2 episodes, we were talking about what's going to happen during this break. Yoatzi is obviously going to be giving birth soon.
I hope so.
I know, bro. We come back to season 3. You're still pregnant.
I'm still pregnant.
And then we're also going to be changing up the studio. So any suggestions that you guys may have, leave them in the comments. We have been looking through them and what you guys would like for our new segment instead of doing the spelling bee or your dumbass fact of the day.
Yes. I actually do have one.
Do you have a dumbass fact?
It's cute.
What?
It's about a rat. We'll tell you guys.
We'll tell y'all about that right now.
But no, I have a really cute one because where'd it go? Oh, you guys know that. Well, in case you didn't know, Louie loves Stitch.
Yes.
And I'm actually very, very excited for the live action Stitch movie.
Me too.
Like, I have not been very excited about a movie in a long time.
Yeah.
And this one, I'm like counting down the days.
Me
I'm
too.
so excited. So I went and I looked for some cute fun facts about Stitch. And I found one.
What?
It's saying that Stitch is known for his love of coffee.
What?
Especially his favorite drink is an iced coffee with vanilla and sweet cream cold foam.
Ooh,
I
very
was like,
similar to me.
Who came up with this? But that's his favorite stuff. He has a coffee obsession and particularly iced coffee.
Ooh,
I thought that was cute. And then Louie just got into iced coffee.
For real, huh?
So therefore, Louie and Stitch,
timing.
same person.
I know. A lot of people are questioning like when my love for Stitch happened. And it's been there for like a long time. I just never like really talked about it. And I remember somebody in a comment was like, why all of a sudden do you love Stitch? But I was like, no, it's been a thing. And somebody,
I think since we were chiquitos and we would go to Disney.
Yeah. And somebody had like replied to their comment and posted like basically gave them like a timestamp to a YouTube video from like 2018. And I was wearing like my Stitch PJs and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, you can see him wearing his Stitch PJs in 2018 or like all this stuff. And I was like, no, literally, because the reason I feel like I first started loving Stitch is because my favorite color used to be blue.
Yeah.
And he was like a full blue character. So I feel like that's what first got my initial like, oh my God. But then also because he's so freaking hyper. He's so cute. He looks like a stuffed animal. And like he literally looks, I feel like he looks like honey. Aww. In a way. Especially in the live action. I'm like, he literally looks like.
Oh, that's cute.
He's like a doggy. I don't know.
Paint her blue.
Dye her whole hair blue. But yeah, that obsession has been there for a while. But it wasn't until recently that I finally found a way to like incorporate him into my house and
into like your everyday life.
It started with this last year where I was like, what am I gonna do for my Christmas theme? And I was like, I literally remember I was asking everybody, what should I do? What should I do? And then I was like, I can do Stitch theme. So it's not that it became an obsession, is that I had an excuse to like obsess and blow it up and like finally have him like everywhere. Yeah, so
he's so cute. And you did it like the best time because the live action movie's coming and they have Stitch shit everywhere.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think that's why it helped too, because I wanted him for my Christmas theme, but then it helped out, I think, with the live action movie coming out. All these retail stores just started putting Stitch stuff everywhere. So it was very much like the perfect combo. Literally. But talking about animals. Well, he's an alien, actually.
No, he's an animal. I was kidding.
Y'all are probably like, oh my God, we would have loved to have a guest for this last episode. Like, why don't you guys have anybody? Well, we do have a special guest.
We do.
And they're in here somewhere.
Es la ratatouille.
Oh my God. Okay, let me tell y'all how this happened.
I tengo mucho asco.
That's a mouse, right? It's not a rat.
It's a mouse?
It's a mouse because it's tiny.
So tiny.
Okay, so we came into the studio and I had to use the restroom. And I noticed the door had like a bunch of like wood everywhere, like on the floor, like tierrita vibes. And I was, first thought that came to my head, I was like, do we have termites?
Bitch, I was like, those were some big ass termites if it's termites.
And then I looked and I was like, is that a rat? And Yoatzi looked, she's like, oh my God, I think it might be.
That's a rat.
So basically in the bottom of our door, it was like a bunch of like just wood dust.
Yeah, like mordiditas, and the little crumbs are left behind.
And there's like what you see, like a little hole. And then it's on both sides. And I was like, what the heck? And then I was like, you guys, there might be like a mouse in here.
Yeah.
So we left it at that. And I was like, okay, that's kind of scary. It's the first time we ever noticed this too.
And
so
we come, I feel like weekly, sometimes more than that.
Yeah.
But it like literally since last Monday when we filmed, this is the first time. Everything was fine last Monday.
Because like you saw hella like or wood or whatever. So then I went to the restroom and I was like, okay, I'm a little scared. Yeah. And like I was still trying to like give the benefit of the doubt and be like, maybe it's like Pascualita or something. So then we come out and then we're like looking, and then Alex is like, wait, I think there's like bird poop on the chair. I mean, bird poop? No, he said bunny poop. Oh, he's like, I think it's bunny poop. And I was like, we have bunnies in the warehouse. So then we're like, hey, but then he's like, no, I think it's like mice because it's like really tiny. And then we start looking around. We start noticing a little bit more. So then Alex is like, I think it's in the chair. We have like this little chair on the side. And there's like a blanket. Ew. So he grabs it and he goes like this. Y ahí sale la pinche rata estúpida.
No lies. Me and Louie were about to start filming the podcast and we were here sitting chatting about what we were going to talk about.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about this.
Alex, he makes a fucking face like todo asustado. And Louie, you caught it, right?
So we're literally sitting exactly like this.
We're like ready to start filming.
And we're like, okay, like nothing's going on, whatever. So I'm talking to Yoatzi and we're about to start talking about our plans for season 3. And I'm talking to both of them. We're about to start this combo and I'm looking at Alex and all I see Alex is go. His face just turned. I was like, what? So I see Alex's reaction. I see where Alex is looking. He's like, I just saw it run. And I was like,
and no, we started recording because I was like, record. Me and Louie instantly got up and we hopped to the top of the couch. And we were so asqueados, you guys.
and we record, and I got on video the moment the mice is like,
yeah, and then that's when Alex went to go move the blanket. And as soon as he lifted the blanket, the ratita was like,
I'm going to post it everywhere. So if y'all want to go see it, go look. But I promise it's not because we're cochinos. It's just we live. Our studio is like with a bunch of other studios and warehouses and surroundings. Because like, I don't know if you guys remember a while back, Alex found a little like lizard too.
Oh, yeah.
And there's just a lot of
a lot of greenery
that's
outside.
What I was going to say. Because
So
it's not
I
a
think they
full
live
rat.
there.
It's a little
It's
mouse.
a little mouse, but
Y luego estaba lloviendo, so I feel like she was like, bitch.
I need a house.
But I don't care. Go find a house somewhere else. And we think... Okay, so basically what happened is we got her out of the studio because we didn't want to kill her. We just wanted her to get out. We got her out of the studio, and we have like another entry little room. We left the door wide open, and Alex basically got her out of here. And when she was in the other little room, she hid behind some boxes that we had, and the door's like right there. So Alex was like getting closer to her to like shoo her out, and she disappeared.
We lost her.
He opened all the boxes to make sure it wasn't in there. He literally destroyed the whole room to make sure she wasn't in there. So we want to assume that she just ran out because the door was wide open.
Yeah,
she ran out when we didn't see.
Because like the sun is really shiny outside. So I'm hoping that she saw the sun and she's like, bam, out of here.
Because it was a wide door opening. The sun's right there. It's very much like you see the light. So we are praying.
We're going to go with that because I don't want to think about her being in here right now.
I know. Tengo asco también.
But luckily we caught a lot of the footage on our phone. So Louie's going to post it.
Yeah, I'm
So you
scared.
guys, and then at some point she's all cute hiding in a little corner. And we like got her perfectly. Just like hiding in the corner.
And we're like, oh, wait, she's kind of cute. And then she runs at us. We're like,
yeah.
oh my God.
Oh
Pinche
my
rata
God.
estúpida. But way to end the season with the Big Bang Theory.
Literally.
I'm scared. I know she's still in here. I don't care what anybody says.
I know,
she's in here. She's cute, but just get out.
Literally, she's our special guest. She's on the couch with us right now.
Yeah, come on and tell us what it's like to
be a rat.
All right. She's like, you should know.
Like you're a rat too.
But okay, so that I don't keep getting freaked out, let's get into our topic. So for our last episode, we wanted to answer some of y'all's juicy questions. I asked Yoatzi if she was holding back on anything. She said no.
I'm an open book, mama.
She asked me the same thing, and I also said no. So
we have to spill the tea on our own fucking podcast, Louie. I'm scared to spill tea now.
Who's gonna go first, me or you?
I can go first.
You ask me?
I laugh.
Okay, so these are questions that are coming from y'all.
No holding back, eh?
We don't know what we're gonna ask each other, so these are new questions for both of us.
I like this question.
What? Good or bad?
We're gonna start with a
Hey, and I don't have my freaking pillow.
Well, I think it's more targeted towards me, but it's a question for you.
I have to pee, but I'm scared to go.
That sucks. The rat's gonna eat you.
What?
So what is your family? So what does Louie think about Alex not proposing yet? We're gonna start with a bang.
Yeah.
Give him a mic. No, it's just what's Louie's opinion like about it.
My real opinion, or do you want like a cute like social media response?
I know the real one.
I'm scared because he's staring right at me.
Alex like, you better fucking
like,
say something nice.
Yeah, for real. Okay. So
spill the tea.
For real, straight off the bat, there was a time where I questioned why you guys also weren't like engaged or together. But I also understand there was a point where I didn't even know what the hell was going on with their relationship. Like, this is early on. Like, I just knew they made each other happy, but individually, like, I was like, what are you guys doing? Like, I don't understand what you guys are doing. What is going on? Like, it was just a whole mess. And then Yoatzi finally gave me like an inside scoop. And then I saw obviously when Ella was born. So I kind of like let them do their thing. And I was like, you know what?
It's been weird from like the very beginning.
From day one, it was
since
weird.
Before I was pregnant with Ella, me and Alex, it's always been a little weird and rocky. Not your typical relationship.
Yeah. But like right off the bat, I've always known that they've always had a thing for each other. And there's times where like, I've literally been on both ends of this relationship, you guys. I've been like where Alex used to come to me in Watsonville for advice about Yoatzi, or he used to text me or like call me, and then I'd been on the end where Yoatzi used to hit me up. So like I really saw both their ends and both of their explanations, but at the end of the day I knew that they both really cared and wanted to be with one another. So there's no doubt in that. But when everything started escalating, I was also like when or why haven't y'all like done that?
Yeah.
But then I've also heard like Alex's side, and I've heard Yoatzi's side of her wanting to be eager and wanting to do it. But then I've also heard Alex's side. And at the end of the day, I feel like because we're on social media, there's like that, ¿cómo se llama? Pressure.
Yeah.
But I'm like, if you guys weren't on social media, you guys were living everyday life, I feel like
it wouldn't be such a hot topic.
And it would be more on your guys' terms.
Yeah.
So, I'm happy to see you guys doing happy, and I don't believe that you guys need to have a ring to show your guys' love for each other, but I do think that it is needed. Like I
hurry the fuck up.
No, I'm saying like I still believe in marriage. Like I don't believe in
right.
people who are like we don't ever have to get married. Like I'm just like I think I believe in marriage, and I believe that it's a promise to being committed to one another and helping each other out and being a partner. That's why I believe in marriage. Yeah. But I don't know if I would necessarily say there's like, I don't know. It's because I do think there's a point where like ya te pasaste de verga, and I'm like, okay, you're like, taking too long.
I think I've talked about this before, where it's like, if you've been with a man for like 10 years and there still hasn't been a ring, bitch, there's a problem. Like that's when it's like, hey, like that's como que ya se pasaron de verga. Unless individually they're like, ew, we never want to get married. You know? But if like, for example, the girl, okay, like let me put it in our relationship. Like if me and Alex have been together for 10 years and Alex has not asked for a ring, then I would have been like, estúpido. Or even more like 6-7 years, I would have been like, ya te pasaste de verga. You know? Because me and Alex have talked about marriage, and we do want to get there at some point. But we've only been together for 3 years.
Like officially.
Officially only been together for 3 years.
And then here's the other thing though, which is why I feel so like in the middle about it, because there is a point where like it's like, okay, come on, like you're taking a long time. But then it's not always just about time. There's also like financial factors, it plays a big role in it. Like I'm sure if you guys want like a big wedding, you can't just give somebody a ring and be like, here's your huge wedding. Like there's so much that goes into it, where it's like you want to make it a special moment. You want to be able to afford all these things. You don't know how much, and weddings are very expensive.
Sí, yo no me puedo ir a México a casarme, yo me tengo que casar aquí. Aquí está bien pinche cara la cosa.
It's even just the venue itself. It's really expensive. So it's just
expensive.
I get all factors of where it comes from, and also I feel like I could understand where like, how would you feel if, say, you get proposed to because you want that like, hey, we are gonna get married, but then what if that like engaged
is a long time. I was literally thinking about that too. Like if, and I think me and Alex have talked about this, I don't think we want to be engaged for like fucking 2, 3, 4 years, you know? It's more of like,
there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. But personally, like once we get engaged, we want it to be like a cute year and a half till we have our wedding. You know?
I see it as like being engaged is more like you already know, and let's take the time to plan the wedding.
Yes, like that's how much time we need to plan a wedding. Yeah, like let's go.
But
you know,
I don't know. To answer your question though, I do believe that you guys should hopefully one day get married, and I still believe in marriage. And
we're all just staring at me. He's all nervous in the corner. He's like,
no pressure. I know where you guys are coming from, but I'm just saying like I am also not waiting for you to be like, Yoatzi, marry me now. But I'm saying like, I did question it at some point, but I kind of understand it a little bit more now that I'm older.
Yeah.
It's just, there's a lot that goes into it, is basically what I'm trying to say. Like the sound of being like, why aren't you guys married is so easy, but like everybody has a different idea. I'm sure you guys want to get married and have a big, beautiful wedding. Not saying that the bigger is better, but being rushed into something or not being exactly what
prepared
you wanted
is not fun. And then, for example, right now would be like the stupidest. He's all planning a proposal, and I'm over here like stupidest time. No, it's the like not the best time because bitch, I'm fucking pregnant. I'm like about to pop, and then you know, postpartum itself is like really difficult, like with a newborn. And then it takes me about like a year to confine myself. Like, you know, I feel like the timing just has to be perfect for both of us. And when that timing is there, I feel like we'll both feel it and it'll happen. Si Diosito quiere.
And also, all that aside, you guys are both very great parents. I want to take the time to say that. You guys are amazing parents, and your guys' kids are so happy. And I definitely see ourselves with like how much you guys put time into Ella and Travis.
Yeah.
Where like, I know you guys are making memories for them. And I feel like that right now you guys are dedicated to your guys' kids. And like, for example, you guys just took them to the snow not too long ago.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I know those are core memories where like, I remember all my core memories with my parents when they would take us to Disneyland, little things like taking us to this little amusement park in Gilroy.
Yes.
Just like little things like that where I'm like, I know you guys are making like core memories for the kids. And I think it's very cute. So yeah, that's my thought. I hope that answered.
That answered it. I hope it answered your guys' question.
I hella went around the bush.
I'm
like, did I answer? I don't even know what the fucking question was.
Good job. Okay. But now it's your turn.
My turn. Well,
See,
now
I told you guys we were going to go Juicy Couture.
I don't know if I want to give you like a Big Bang Theory or if I want to give you like something cute.
Not Big Bang Theory. We got to go with a bang.
Okay, this one, I'm going to ask you this one. I don't know how like Big Bang Theory it is, but I don't know if you've talked about it before. But this one asks, have you ever considered doing OF? And if you did, why? And if you didn't,
I wanted to ask you that one too, bitch.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm asking you, so.
Well, I thought about it last night. And
it's because there was a moment where I feel like there was a lot of people doing it.
And yeah, I feel like OnlyFans became very popular. And I feel like the amount of money that people can make on there is insane, you know? And I'm not going to lie, in the past, I have thought about it. And I was even like, oh, maybe I can do like low key vibes. Like I won't post any like actual nudes. It'll just be like sexy and lingerie. Because I was already kind of doing not crazy like that. But at some point I was posting lingerie pictures just because I felt like cute. Yeah. And I was like, I'm giving it to people for free. Let me start charging these guys, you know?
So not necessarily like full body or anything, but just more instead of posting this content on Instagram, maybe doing it somewhere it's more appropriate and make money.
Yes, and not necessarily show it straight to the public. It's more like to select whoever wants to pay. Okay. Gets to see me all sexy and shit. But then I just feel like there's also that tie with OnlyFans. Like no matter what you post, like say me, if I wanted to just post mi tapadita, still the fact that people were like, you're doing OnlyFans has like some type of connotation tied to it.
Like you just thought you were always going to be attached
to it. And I have kids and I feel like my kids are my number one priority, which is there's nothing wrong with mommies out there hustling and working hard on their OnlyFans. Like, girl, do your thing. But me personally, I really think about my kids. And, you know, I have a son. He's 8 years old and he's going to grow and he's going to go to middle school, high school, and kids are ruthless.
Yeah, now that you're saying that, like I'm like picturing it and like there's already so many like his classmates that know us.
That know that we do content, we do YouTube, and thankfully our content is like pretty funny and it's nothing crazy. Yeah. But imagine if like later he'll get picked on like, oh, your mom does like this or like.
I never thought about that.
Because kids are so ruthless.
Well, man, when I go pick him up and I was like, yeah. And I was like, babe, I was wearing like hella sweatpants. So now, so you're just more worried about like if they would have seen that.
Yeah, I just don't want anything to fall back on my kids. I want my kids to grow up and have like the most chillest life ever. And then honestly, that's mainly the number one thing. Because I know my family would support anything I did if I were to go that route.
I wouldn't. I'm just kidding.
Especially when I have the big bucks.
We're like, Yoatzi, post more.
I'm all taking them everywhere.
I know.
And I have thought about it because of like the financial status. I could just be like super, super rich. But I'm like, but at what cost? You know, something always comes with a cost. Like my dad siempre nos decía, nada viene gratis en esta vida.
Sí, everything that we would do is like, nada es gratis en esta vida.
We would tell him, oh, me van a regalar esto. He's like, ¿y por qué? ¿Qué les vas a dar a cambio? Nada es gratis en esta vida.
Literally.
No, literally all the time. So that kind of stuck with me too. And I'm like, no, I can't at the price of like a potential risk to my kid's future. So that's why I could not do that. But to all of you that can, hell yeah, get your bag.
For real, huh? Okay, cute. I love that.
Oh, your turn. Well, I want to ask you the same thing.
About OF?
OF. Like, did you ever think about doing it?
Want them.
He's like, link right here.
There was a time where I definitely considered it and I thought of doing it. I think it was freshly after like I got my body done and I was posting a lot. But mine stemmed from when I was going to a lot of festivals. My number one outfit was showing my pompies. Which is I had just gotten my body done. I love doing it. I was always wear like little calzoncitos or whatever. So my way of when it came up to my head, I was like, instead of posting them on Instagram, I would post them on that. And they would always do really well when I would post them. But I did notice that like it would attract a different kind of audience.
Oh, yeah.
So on Instagram, when I would check my insights, it shows you how many, from all the people that like the picture, it shows you how many of them are followers and how many of them are non-followers.
Yeah.
So every time I would post any sort of picture where like I would show my body, the percentage of non-followers would grow so much bigger.
Really? So like it would pop up on people's Explore page?
I'm assuming maybe like an Explore page and somebody would like it, but then also the amount of bookmarked saves would go up by a lot.
Damn.
So in the moment, I was like, oh, sickening, because it's engagement. Like, you know how they say like good or bad, it's still engagement. It's still benefiting me. So I was just like, I saw it more as like a number, not necessarily like the thing behind it.
Okay.
So there was a point where I was like, oh my God, I want to do it. And it'd be sickening. I had to make money. And like, we obviously know a lot of people who do it and make big bang theories. So it was just kind of where I was like, I'm down for the money, you know? But then I definitely put more thought into it, like the way that Yoatzi explained. And I've had a few little experiences that have altered my brain a little bit about doing that in general. I think, for example, the idea of who those people were who were looking at it was freaking me out a little bit more.
Oh, I remember you told me about that once.
Yeah, where like I was just getting certain DMs and certain like messages from like people that were kind of freaking me out a little bit. And I was like, okay, I don't know. I always thought I was doing it for like the girls and the gays.
Right. Like that's what you think. You're like, you want to be hyped up.
Because that's who
like,
our audience is.
Yeah.
Like people who support us and love us. And you're just like, yes, bitch, you look good. But I didn't think about the other side of the audience that's like, you know?
Literally
and
like
that freaked me out.
I remember you told me that and I was like, ew, why did I never think about that? Like there's like cochinos actually looking, and I don't know what the fuck they're doing with that.
And if anything, if I'm being honest, that's part of the reason why I'm a little uncomfy now with doing that. Like I'll still show my body here and there for sure.
Yeah.
But it's always like a little lingering thought in the back of my head being like,
the face, you know,
I know. I definitely freaked myself out more. And I was like, I don't want to do that. And one, if I regretted it in the future, I didn't want that to forever be attached to me. And I have posted very like explicit pictures on like Instagram in the past. And even those, I'm like, why did I post that? You know? But I also just didn't want to gain like a following of people who just like sexualize me all the time.
right.
And I mean, like here and there, it's sickening for like y'all, because we're the girls and the gays. But when I was thinking about like a bigger picture outside of that audience, I was like, I didn't want people to like, I don't know, I don't know who's watching it. Because a lot of those followers that are looking at you in that, oh shit, I had to pop it, are looking at you in that sort of way, are more like silent followers.
Yeah.
So then I was like, I would never know who they are and how they're looking at me. And I don't know, it got really creepy for me, and I just didn't want to step into that. But again, this is no shade to anybody who does it. You just have to have like, you know, a lot of like guts to do it, because it's kind of like putting yourself on social media. Some people are like, oh my God, because it's kind of the same feeling of like who's watching me. But then doing that, I feel like it takes a lot of like strength to, you know, you have to overpower them,
right? And
so
you have to like block all that, like the stuff that me and Louie are thinking about. Kind of have to like block that shit out and just focus on getting your bag.
Yeah, because I have friends who do it and fully will be like, bitch, like I'm in control of them, like they're you know, paying for my body, like, but I feel like I'm too small for that. I don't know, like I just feel like I'm like, oh my God,
it's a whole nother world.
You have to like be good at. I definitely think it's a skill to be able to do that.
Yeah.
And yeah, props to anybody who does do it, and it's your body, and if you can make moolah from it, why the hell not?
My favorite thing about Shopify is how easy it is to track all of my inventory that I have in stock. As you guys know, I have merch and I just love how easy it is to keep track of what I have, what I already sold, and it categorizes it in colors and sizes. It makes running my inventory so much easier. Nobody does selling better than Shopify, home of the #1 checkout on the planet, meaning way less carts going abandoned and way more sales going. So if you're into growing your business, your commerce platform better be ready to sell wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling. On the web, in your store, in the feed, and everywhere in between. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout uses. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/pretty, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/pretty to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/pretty. A few years ago, I had gone through a very, very bad breakup. And at the time, I honestly really wish I had jumped into therapy to help me heal and have the right tools to move forward after this very difficult breakup. When I finally decided to get therapy, it was really difficult to find someone that was going to work with my schedule and a therapist I was going to connect with, and also somebody that was able to take my insurance. So if this sounds like something you're going through, I highly recommend Rula. Rula is on a mission to make high quality mental health from a licensed professional easy and affordable for everyone. They take most major insurance plans and the average copay is only $15 per session. Rula starts by asking you a few questions about what's important to you and then provides you with a list of licensed in-network providers who match your preferences. Thousands have already trusted Rula to support them on their journey toward improving mental health and overall well-being. Head on over to rula.com/pretty to get started today. After you sign up, they'll ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them our show sent you. Go to rula.com/pretty and take the first step towards mental health today. You deserve quality care from someone who cares. This year, I really want to change my eating habits, but with my crazy, hectic life, sometimes it's so hard to cook at home. Thankfully, I was able to find Marley Spoon. This podcast is sponsored by Marley Spoon, and I'm genuinely so happy because it's helping me fast track my way to eating well without all the stress. And with my code PRETTY, you can get up to 27 free meals. Marley Spoon gives you over 100 recipes to choose from each week. One of my favorite things is that they just launched their new 15-minute express recipes. They put 3 of these on the menu each week, and if you got a few extra minutes to spare, they have some great 20-minute options too. These are great when you're hungry and you just want to make that quick meal and it doesn't require a lot of time. Okay, my personal favorite has to be the chicken pesto pasta with sun-dried tomatoes and peas. It's literally ready in 15 minutes and it is so delicious. Thanks to Marley Spoon, I have been cooking more at home and I love it because sometimes I just get so tired of eating out. This spring, fast track your way to eating well with Marley Spoon. Head to marleyspoon.com/offer/pretty and use code PRETTY for up to 27 free meals. That's right, up to 27 free meals with Marley Spoon. One last time, that's marleyspoon.com/offer/pretty for up to 27 free meals. And make sure you use my promo code PRETTY so they know I sent you.
All right, next one. Where's the one I wanted to ask you? Because I'm actually really wanting to know. Do you think you will ever get rid of your BBL?
Why the fuck? That was my next question for you.
But I already answered that one on a different podcast without you. I just
fucking bitch.
Would you ever get rid of your BBL or your shishis?
No. I'm actually thinking of getting a bear.
For real?
Honestly. Fuck, dude, the baby's kicking the shit out of me.
He's like, don't do it.
I know. No, I honestly do not think I could ever get rid of my BBL.
No?
No, I love it so much.
Oh, I love that.
I love my big booty. Well, yeah. I mean, it's because también I didn't go very like crazy loca. So I honestly give...
Hey.
What did he say? Get rid of it now.
I know.
Man met me when I was flat.
This was true love.
It wasn't the BBL that attracted him.
It was mine. Just kidding.
What do you call it? What was I saying?
So you were saying that you love and you didn't go that big.
Shout out again to my doctor, Dr. Chaudhry, because he did such an amazing job both times. the first BBL was to actually give me a butt because I was like flatty McFlat and like hip dips and the whole nine. And then the second time it was more of like just fix the parts that weren't really full. Just fix the little hip dips a little bit because we were trying to make a comeback. One of my cheeks was bigger than the other, so we like fixed it, maybe just fluffed her up a little bit. But at the end, I feel like I look super proportionate. Yeah. Like my butt doesn't look hella crazy. So I just feel like at this point, it just fits my body so well. Pues a ver cómo quedo after this baby, right? I hope it still looks amazing. But I love her. And when I was going to the gym, she was like toning and looking even better because it is fat. So you can alter your fat and grow your muscles still and all that. So, excuse me, I loved her. So I feel like she's a part of me now. And I just love her. I never want to get rid of my fat ass.
What about your chichis?
No.
Tampoco?
I actually was just talking to one of my friends about this, about how the getting rid of the boobies is like a trend right now. Like, or not necessarily a trend, sorry, but like, for health purposes.
And being spoken more about.
Yes. What's the breast implant illness? A lot of people became aware of that. And some people knew that it's a thing. So a lot of people were like, get this shit out of me, you know? Which, I mean, hopefully that never happens to me. But if it became a health issue, I'm sure I probably would take them out. But thankfully, I am okay in that department. And I just, again, love how it just boosted up my confidence and how it makes my body look and feel. So I feel like I love my girls. If anything, I do want to fix them because I am going to breastfeed again for this baby. And they're going to be all wangas. So they're going to be like down to my knees probably. So after I'm done breastfeeding and all that, I do want to probably go in for a revision and see if I can fix them.
Yeah, now I'm really glad that you have a different view on it because I know you said you wanted to ask me too, but like I said, I already like talked about that a little bit. And just to give you guys a little inside scoop, I basically said that I think I do want to make my butt smaller, or I don't know if I would say completely get rid of it because like I know what it is to have like my pompi now. So I feel like if I go all this nalgada, I'm gonna be like, bitch.
You're like, I can't say it.
Yeah, but I did say that I was thinking of like getting a reduction or just getting it smaller. But I love to hear Yoatzi's side and also you putting that out there because I had seen like a comment of someone being like, it wasn't a bad comment. They were just like, why is it that now everybody wants to undo all their surgery, blah, blah. But I'm like, it's not that it's everybody. I think people are more open to talking about undoing these things, but then also it's personal preference. Like, I think you gave like a really good perspective of like, you love your surgeries, and there's so many girls and guys and people out there who have surgeries who are so happy with them. Like, and I hate that like it's being seen as like everybody wants to undo them and stuff, because no, there's people who love their surgeries and they look amazing, they look great, and it's all just about like personal preference. Because to hear you say that you're so happy with it, because you do look really good,
thank you,
and to hear you say that you're so happy with it is like really nice to hear. Because that's why we do these surgeries a lot, is to either help with our confidence or just something that we really want to do. And that's why I feel like Yoatzi and I really push on saying, make sure that it's something that you
really want.
Because Yoatzi is a perfect example of, I mean, you heard her say she's super happy with them and she loves it. And with me, it's not necessarily that I hate it. I just feel like I would be happier if it was smaller. And it's not that I regret doing it. It's just that like where I'm at now, I'm like, I kind of don't want it to be as
I was going to say, people can also, we like grow, and then our what we want changes as our life changes. So like maybe if you did want this big juicy ass at some point, maybe you get a little older and you're like, I'm kind of not feeling this vibe anymore, you know? It's like he said, it's like preference. Or the same with titties. You might have these big ass chichotas and you're like, I'm kind of over it. Or the opposite, you have little ones and you're like, I kind of want big ass chichotas, you know? It's just kind of like personal preference, and there's nothing wrong with like going back if you're like, I'm kind of over it. I kind of want to go back to being super like natural, which is totally fine.
Yeah, and something that I've been telling myself that it's okay, because I was kind of like bashing myself for a while, being like, oh my God, I went through this surgery now. Like, I kind of want to go smaller. But then I'm like, there's nothing wrong with, you know, me changing my mind for whatever reason.
Yeah,
and
body.
That doesn't mean that I regret doing it, because I think about how much I've done after I got like my body done, and I can't picture myself doing those things without my body. Like my body was a huge part of like my confidence that came with so many things that I did, and showing my body and like all these photo shoots and pictures and like things that I did that I'm like, I know if I didn't have my body, then I probably would have been like,
you probably wouldn't have done the stuff you did.
Yeah. So like
at
I
the
definitely,
time it was like perfect for
yeah,
you.
I definitely enjoy it, and I definitely love it. I mean, even now there's certain clothes that I love how it looks with my body. And I'm like, if I didn't have my body, maybe I wouldn't like how this certain thing looks on me. So it's definitely something that I enjoy. I just don't know if I still want to keep it the same. All right. But we'll see. I don't know. But I'm happy to hear you say that you are very happy with your surgeries.
I am. Yeah. And you hate them.
No. And that too. That doesn't mean that I look at people and I'm like, no, like I still love looking at them. I love people who get surgeries. I'm all for it. Yeah.
Just hyping them up.
So we'll see what I do. I'm not sure.
Okay. My next question for Louie. Does Louie and Fern want to have kids in the future, adopting or surrogacy?
B already answered this one too.
No, you haven't. You changed your mind.
Yes. No, it's because I just filmed a podcast and they asked me these same questions.
They didn't watch that podcast.
Okay. So if I want kids, I think I've also said it on here too that it's no, it's because it's 50-50. I don't want to say yes and I don't want to say no, because it's the same thing where like I would love to, but thinking of me raising somebody really scares me.
It's still like a 50-50 undecisive.
Yeah, I just don't think it's solidified answer yet.
I think once I am like a firm believer that he's gonna get older, he's gonna get to like a point. I'm not sure when this will happen. That's all I really want this to happen. But he's gonna get to a point in his life where his life is like really cool and chill, and he's like, fuck, I'm missing something. He's gonna be feeling. He's like, oh, I want kids. I really hope that happens,
because then I can live through your kids. If I didn't have like siblings, then I think I'd be like, man, I'm sad. But like the fact that you're having kids, and I know Andrea's gonna have kids too. I'm all pressuring her. I know too. She says no, but I feel like I see it happening. I feel like I can see it happening. I really want it to happen. When she's happy and settled. Yeah. But like I'm like, I feel like I could live through your guys' kids, because the want is there. I want kids. I would love to raise. You heard it here first. Or adopt, or have a surrogate or a surgeon put one in me. I don't know. The want is there, but the responsibility of like me being responsible for somebody's life scares me. Yeah. I cannot. Like, props to all you parents out there, because it is a huge role, and you guys play a huge role in your kids' lives, obviously. Mm-hmm. But it's really, I get very, what's the word? Is it like dystopian?
What the fuck is that?
Disassociating. Like, when I think about it, I'll get into this headspace where I'm like, any little thing that you do to your child will mess with their brain chemistry for the rest of their lives. Like it definitely does. Like anything we do affects what happens to them. Good or bad. Future. Like just anything. Like I'm not bashing my parents or anything at all, because my parents did the best that they could. All right. But like there are things that they have done when I was younger that obviously have either caused anxiety for now, or have just put really high expectations where like if people don't do certain things I get really sad, because I had like, you know, it's just so many things that I'm like, it's scary, the fact that like two people raise a little person and you control how the rest of their life. I won't scare you. I'm like, no, it's just that's how my brain works, you guys. It really goes into like this deep cycle of like,
which is a good thing, because I feel like you're an overthinker, but in a good way.
I am. Oh my God. Literally, that's like the perfect example.
You're an overthinker, but in a good way. Not all the time. It's definitely stopped him from doing some pretty cool things that he's talked about. And then he's like, never mind. But for things like that, I feel like it does come in clutch, because you really think of every outcome possible before you make a decision.
I do.
But I'm hopeful, because I really want to be a tia.
Well, you have Honey and Milky.
I know, like besides Honey and Milky, but like, yo te cuido a tus niños.
And I love my dogs because they're so needy.
They're literally his kids. Like, I'm not even kidding. They're the kids.
I have to tell them good morning, and I have to like hug them every day.
Oh, you're cute.
Because they, I feel like I could see. Dogs are very needy. Yeah. Like, I feel like they very much like.
They need love.
Yeah. They're like, mama.
Yeah. No, 100%. Yeah.
So I love that. So we'll see. I don't know. We'll see. Your turn. Okay, so already for real.
I'm all scared.
What do I want to ask you?
If you're not ready, I have another one for you.
It's because I don't know what I want to ask you. I don't know how to ask you this one because I get what they're trying to say. So it says, is there a time where y'all got annoyed of each other while filming? So I guess you could either answer that, or if there's something that you could answer that I've done that annoyed you, or like a bad trait that I have, or just I'm scared.
I feel like that's a really good question, but nothing's popping up right now.
So I've never like annoyed you.
No, I'm sure you have.
Or like
I'm just trying to think of like a good moment. Oh, there was. Let me see if I could kind of remember. There was one day where I was really like sensitive. I came into the studio being like,
I'm scared.
Like,
why did I ask you this?
I know, like grouchy and sensitive, more like sensitive. I was just having like a triste day. And Louie came and I felt like his energy was very like strong that day.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I don't know. I don't exactly remember what you said, but I was like, you're being mean. Remember? I was like,
and then I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
okay,
I was like,
remember.
you're being so mean right now. Like, I felt like something strong, and I was just having an agüitas day. So I was like, you're being so, I don't even remember what happened, but I was like, you're being so mean right now. And then you're like, what the fuck? And I was like, you're being so mean. And what did you say? You were like, but like, what am I doing that's mean? And I was like, I couldn't tell you what it was, but I was like, I think it's just the way you're talking to me right now. You're just being so mean. And it was right before a podcast too. I think we were getting ready to film the podcast. But I think it was just like the I was already off, and then I feel like his energy came a little strong, and I couldn't put my finger on exactly what. But I just remember me feeling like he was being so mean, and I just wanted to cry. But I couldn't tell him exactly like what it was that he was doing. I was just like, you're being so mean right now.
We were planning something, and I basically asked her because I was a little stressed about it, but I was just trying to ask for clarity. But I think I came off as like, hurry or like tell me or something, and she was like, you're being mean. And I was like, wait, what? And I get annoyed. I don't know if this is everybody, but I definitely think that's one of my biggest triggers when somebody tells me I'm being mean, or that I'm being like just something that I don't feel like I'm being. I don't know if that makes sense.
And they don't give you like an example.
Because like, for example, in that moment, I remember I felt like I was talking to you normally, but then you were like, you're being mean. And I was like, how? Like at first it was like a question, but then I felt like you were like, well, I don't even remember what you're saying, but you're basically being like and reinforcing it. And I was like, well, what am I doing? But then you couldn't tell me. So then I was getting more frustrated at the idea that like I was coming off some way, but I didn't know what I was doing that was making it. So then it's like it was making me angry. Kind of like when somebody's like, why are you so mad? You're like, I'm not mad. But then they're like, yeah, you are.
You're mad.
Yeah. And then it does turn into that.
Yeah.
I don't remember what the hell what had happened, but I do remember, I guess I came off like really mean or something to Yoatzi, and she was telling me, but then I actually got frustrated because I didn't know what I was doing. So then I was like,
we're both just like, okay.
Yeah. And then we're like, what's up, guys?
We literally just kind of had like a little refresher because like I couldn't exactly pinpoint it. I couldn't tell him. It was just like an energy thing that I was feeling.
Yeah.
Y pues de seguro se desesperó. He's like, ay, pinche pendeja. She can't even tell me what. And then we're just kind of like, okay. Yeah. We like took like a little 10-minute break, and then we're like, welcome back to Brina's.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry if I was being mean.
It's okay. I don't know what happened that day. It was an eclipse.
For real, y'all blame me on the solar.
On the solar. Yeah, because I just remember that day I was like really off. I was just like,
sorry.
But yeah. My turn?
Yeah. Ew, I don't like this episode. All right. We're all talking about hella cheese.
I like this one, but I'm nervous to see what the fuck you're going to say.
What?
What do you think are 5 cons of the Mexican Latino culture?
Ooh, 5 cons.
You don't have to necessarily get 5, but like, what are some cons from the top of your head that you're like, this one?
Machismo.
Oh, yes.
That will always be my number one.
Ding, 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 ding.
What else? I hate. Well, does this fall into the same category, gender roles?
Yes.
It falls into the same category as my cheese.
I mean, it's a lot of cultures, but I feel like
It's just really reinforced.
Yeah, it's really reinforced in Mexican, Latino.
I just feel like now I don't see it as much. I think it's a lot of like the older generation that was very much like tú cocina y tú limpia y yo trabajo.
Yeah.
Like it was just like very that, but then also the machismo of like men can't cry, men can't do this, men can't talk about their feelings.
Like tienes que ser bien fuerte.
Yeah, it's just like both. I think those are the top two that immediately come into my head. Oh, yeah, and I don't know if this is part of it.
Which one?
You asked me for the 3 cons of our culture.
3, 5, 10, however
Y'all
many.
tell me if this is part of it, but it's a con, but it's also kind of good.
That we know how to dance.
I know that like chismoso culture.
Oh, like,
I feel like we glorify it. Like it's very much like we see it in novelas and we're like, it's like something that we're like, yeah, I'm a chismosa. And I say it's good and bad because like I also love the chisme. I love fucking chisme. But like I fucking hate it when it's about me. But it's just such like a big thing where I feel like we joke about it. It's part of like novelas or movies where like, where's the dime chisme?
There's like a certain extent where like it's cute and funny and entertaining. But to be honest, there's some tias and abuelas that take it so fucking
we all have those in our family. We like
that. I'm like, ay, mi amor, like you give chismosa a whole new meaning.
Yeah, like there's like the funnies where like you have like that one tia, or even us will be like outside of the window trying to see what the chisme is, or we'll be like, bitch, did you hear? Like a little things like that. But then there's the people who are like full on like, this happened and here I'm gonna tell you.
They're like veneno, like they're literally veneno, like spreading they're like little snakes.
Or the chismosas that are very much like try to turn people against each other, like the ones that are like, oh, he said, she said.
They'll lie and they'll mix things together,
or like
fake shit.
Yeah, or the ones that are like say you're just talking about someone and you're like, oh, I love Andrea. Oh, Andrea said something about you. Like those are the ones that I'm like,
babosa estúpida, métete a tu pinche cueva, culebra. Like those
are the ones that I want to be big.
It's because I've met a few of those like señoras, and like it's the señoras.
No, but it's like crazy. Like I'm sure you all can think of somebody right now, but it's like there's those people who like aren't. Like it's embedded in their blood. Like it runs in their bloodstream to be. Because it's like we all have a little chismosa in us. Like I feel like we all have a little in there that it's like we love the chisme. But there's like the people who like breathe, eat, sleep, and like inject it. And I'm like, that's scary.
Or like neighbors, the vecinos that are like hella chismosos and they're just outside like,
ay, sinvergüenza.
No sé si pasa algo y luego lo van en chinga afuera and they're like, a ver.
Because they're the ones that will grant like,
¿Qué pasó?
Pasto, man. All grass.
¿Qué pasó?
Like there's the ones that like try to keep it low key, like, ay, déjame algo que estoy limpiando, or like something outside, or déjame asomo. But then there's the ones that are like, a ver,
dude,
we've definitely had some of those.
Knock, hey, ¿qué pasó?
¿Qué pasó? Ay, no, te va a agarrar, bien bueno, te va a agarrar.
Pinches doñas.
But yeah, I think those would be like the top 3 that maybe come into my head that I would say are bad.
One that just popped into my head that I feel like is a thing. I'm all used to him doing that shit. Just ignore him. I'm like used, or sorry. I lost my train of thought. It's just what was I saying? Oh, something that I feel like it's bad, but it's like normalized in Mexican culture is like when they comment about our weight.
Oh, how it's our little nicknames.
Yes, or like they're straight up. I've seen so many stories and I've heard that like tías or abuelitas. Again, it's the older generation. They'll be like, mija, ¿qué estás comiendo que te estás poniendo gordita?
Oh, like when it's like for real talk.
Yeah, like it's like legit. They'll make a comment about your weight.
Oh,
like,
okay, yeah.
¿Por qué no estás comiendo? Like, estás bien flaca.
Where like it's almost like not normalized, but it's nothing where you hesitate to bring it up.
They're
like it's
just
something
like,
easy.
like really cash.
Yeah, like, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
And I feel like it's not a good thing because in the future it definitely has like it does stuff to you, you know, and like you'll definitely start thinking a lot about your weight. But in Mexican culture, it's very normal for people to start talking about your weight desde que estás bien chiquito.
Or like it can start off with like little nicknames.
Like, mi gordita, ¿dónde está?
Or ven pa' acá, gorda. Yeah, like things
ven
like
pa' acá,
that.
chonchis.
Nada que ver with me, with your weight.
Yes, chonchis, estás chonchito.
Oh, really?
Yes, estás gordito.
Or like my dad, he said that ever since he was young in Mexico, they would call him flaco.
Yes, and to
They'd
this
always be
day,
like,
he's still
flaco.
flaco.
Yeah, like everybody over there be like, ¿Dónde está flaco?
¿Dónde
Like,
está el flaco?
and it seems like something so innocent, like just like a cute nickname, but like we don't know.
We don't know if
how
it like
deeper.
does something, you know?
We're still calling my dad flaco. He's like,
pero mi papá sí está flaco. No, but I think it's kind of hard, especially when it's like from older people and they like legit will comment like, hey, like you're gaining weight.
Yeah.
Like that's when it's like, hey, shut the fuck up. Like,
all
¿y tú, pinche chismosa? ¿Qué
For
te
real.
importa?
For real.
Yeah, that's kind of like the top couple things that pop in my brain. This is a good ass episode.
So now I get to ask you another one.
Yes.
Okay, let's see.
Another one bites the dust. And
Which one do I want to ask you?
Another one bites.
I feel like I've asked you this. I guess I could ask you this one.
Which one?
What's a toxic trait you have? And not just in relationships, just like in general. A toxic trait that you feel like you've caught on to and you're like, oh, I need to stop doing that or I need to fix it. Nothing, I'm perfect.
I'm perfect. What do you mean?
That's a toxic trait. Yeah, I'm just kidding.
I feel...
Yes, ask her that question. He texted me, ask her.
Ask her this one. I feel like my being antisocial has really affected my relationship with people.
Yeah, I can say that. I'm just kidding.
Fucking
No,
bitch.
that's a good one. I didn't think about that, but I want to
Because
hear about that.
I feel like a lot of... I've had friendships that could possibly prosper into something great and beautiful. But my being antisocial kind of gets in the way and I'll stop like trying to have everyday normal conversations with people to where it seems like I don't care about them.
Yeah.
And we kind of like might distance ourselves. So, yeah, that happens a lot where I just sometimes don't want to talk to people. But it's not because like, ay, me caes gordo or like stuff like that. It's just, I don't want to because I get anxious or like my social anxiety that gets in my way. Or I just overthink things. Or I'm like, what if I'm bugging them? Or like, están ocupados? Or like stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's a trait that I have. And it's not a good trait because then it makes me cut people off unintentionally.
Or push people away.
Like, for example, my best friend, Julie. Hey, Julie. I feel like we talk about this bitch every episode.
I know.
Hey, Mota.
She's like, ugh.
I miss her and I literally think about her every day. But because of my being antisocial, I sometimes I'll go like a month without messaging her. And she is always reaching out to me. And sometimes I just don't reply. One, because estoy bien pendeja and I forget. And two, just because I'm like, oh, but fuck, she's probably working right now. Or like, I don't want to bug her.
Yeah.
Or, you know, things like that get in my way. And I like overthink talking to people. So I wish I was just more like, que me valga verga. And I'm just going to text Julie like all day, every fucking day. Like, I don't give a shit. Or just like checking in on people more often. Like, you know, that's something that I want to work on.
And it's weird. I've seen it happen in real time. That, but also like this being a part of it, I think. She'll say we get invited to like an event or something. She'll be excited for it. And this is even before pregnancy. And she'll be like, oh my God, yes, I want to go. Yes, I'm excited. I'm going to do it. And the day comes and she'll be like, I'm not going. And I feel like it's a part of that because I don't understand it. I'll see how excited you are or she'll text me and be like, are we going to this? Are we doing this?
And I'll confirm. I'm like, how are we getting there? How are we, like everything?
And the day of, this has happened countless times. The day of, she'll cancel.
Yeah.
And I'm the type of person where like if I commit to something or I say yes to something, I have to do it. I just feel very uncomfortable not doing it. So there's been so many times where we've planned something together and I'll set my whole day to make it happen and then she'll cancel and then I'll be like, I still have to go. Like it's just,
sorry, Mimi.
And I'm like, but
No,
I've seen it and I'm like, I wonder if that's part of that. Cause like I'll see your excitement for it and you'll be excited. You'll be like, yes, I want to do it. I want to wear this. I'm thinking of doing this. She'll have a whole idea for it and then she'll just be like, no.
It literally,
like, what the
it
heck?
happens more times that I want it to, but it really is like my social anxiety gets in the way. You know how you overthink life? I overthink that. And I'm just like, no, te vas a ver bien fea. People are gonna be like, why the fuck is she here? Or like, I'll just overthink like the stupidest things. Or like my anxiety just gets in my way and I'm like, I really just don't want to go. I don't want to, you know? So that's something that I really want to work on. For example, I keep talking about this because I really want to manifest it to happen. But my treintañera, you guys, I feel like it's like a big test for me because there's days where I'm like, I'm not gonna do that shit. Nobody's gonna fucking go. Like, why the fuck, you know? Yeah. But I'm trying so hard to hold myself accountable to kind of defeat that like social anxiety and be like, no, pendeja, like you have to do it. You already talked about it. Like, there's no going back now, you know?
Yeah, that would be a good push.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm trying to I don't like when you get rejected. I don't like rejection. So, for example, I feel like a lot of times I don't do a lot of things or like throw events and stuff like that because of my fear of being rejected or like people just not showing up for me. And that's another big issue that I have. So for my treintañera, I'm like, you know what? Even if nobody shows up and it's just like my close fucking family of 10 people celebrating with me, then that's all that matters. Y que se vayan todos a chingar su pinche verga.
Todavía ni los invitas y ya los estás mandando la enga.
Por si no van. But yeah, that's something that is like a toxic trait of mine, I would say.
I like that one. I didn't expect that one. I thought it was going to be something boring. That was a good one.
What about you? Toxic trait?
Toxic trait?
Everything.
I know. I'm like, bye. Oh, I know this one right at the top of my head.
Ya se lo sabe.
I don't want to say it though because I know everybody is going to like...
We're all going to call you
unsee it.
What do you mean?
But I feel like it's something that people already talk about behind my back. Just kidding. Like how big my butt is. I'm just kidding. No, but you guys have to promise not to come at me. Promise. I've never seen comments about it though, but it's like an internal thing. I've never seen any comments about it. I've never and it was one of my biggest fears starting this podcast. Wow. One of my toxic traits is that I hate that I talk over people. Like not like necessarily, or maybe it's not that I talk over people. I finish people's sentences. And
I do that too. And it's something that I've been conscious about recently. So it's weird that you bring it up because I actually feel like you do a really good job of not.
Shut up. I was going to say the same thing for you. No, I don't think you do that at all.
I think maybe we realized it at the same time. Because like within this last year, this last year, I realized that I do it a lot. Like I'll finish their sentences too and stuff like that. I'm like, cállate, pendeja.
I know, I literally have to bite my tongue.
Like, fuck up. I low key feel like it has to do with like ADD or something like that.
And I was going to say, I tie it to that. I have a very so... If you guys ever watch me watching TikToks in person or whatever, it is always at 2x speed. I understand every single word of it. And this is why I know it's a toxic trait because I don't like when people talk slow to me. No, it's not even like it's not a problem that I have with them. It's with my brain. That when people talk slow, I'm like, okay, I'm over it. Not that I'm bored. It's just that I wish I could speed it up.
Get to the point.
And that's just because that's how I am. I feel like I'm always like... So when I'm watching a TikTok or talking to somebody, I catch myself finishing their sentences because I know what you're going to say already. Like I almost feel like I know exactly what you're getting at and I just say it.
Like, hurry up.
Like if you're right now, you're like, it's that I get a little, I'm like nervous. Like, oh, I hate it.
You just want to finish it.
Y'all better not catch on it. But it was something that I was scared about starting a podcast. I thought people were going to catch on to it.
And I feel like I've looked at the comments too. No one's ever kind of told us shit about that.
Yeah,
like talking over each other. And then also, like I said, I feel like you caught on to it and you're doing like a really good job. If you did do it before, I didn't notice it. Okay. But now I feel like you do a good job because if you accidentally interrupt me or like in everyday life, guys, like we'll be out with the family. And if he accidentally interrupts people, I've caught him be like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like, what did you mean? Like, you'll pause yourself. Be like, oh, I'm sorry for interrupting. What did you mean? Like, you'll stop yourself. So sometimes I like look up to him. I'm like, I need to do that too.
I've never been called out for it. Knock on wood, because I think it would have made me really sad. But I've never been called out for it. But it's something that I feel like I notice. And I was like, I need to stop doing it. It is something internal that like I see myself doing. And I'm like, even I don't want to wait for somebody to call me out on it. So that's why I kind of just stop myself. Because I feel like it could be like rude or disrespectful to just finish people's sentences.
Yeah, maybe, you know what? Maybe the podcast made us aware of that.
Maybe.
Because, you know, we've had guests and I feel like we're pretty good podcast hosts.
Yeah, you guys have never maybe behind our backs. But nobody has ever like left comments. So thank you guys also. But
yeah,
it was.
I feel like if we were interrupting people or not letting them talk, people would be a bitch, let them talk or something like that.
Because I also don't like awkward silence. I hate it so much. So I'm like, am I a big yapper? Because like I hate when there's like awkward silence. I'm already thinking about the next thing I
need
talk
like
about.
a filler. We need like a filler because if it's too empty, I'm like.
That was good. I feel like we needed that.
That was a good little an ending to our season.
Thank you guys for your great questions, and I wish we could get 2 more, but this is not a goodbye. It's only like I'll see you soon.
Little break.
It's a little break, and reminder that if you guys have anything you guys want us to add to the next season, please leave it in the comments. We're looking for ideas. We're already brainstorming things on how to change the studio, new segments and things like that, but we obviously love hearing from you guys. So
yes, please
thank you for
updated. Before we end the episode,
what?
Today is Thursday. So that means tomorrow is my Baddies with Babies event. We're having a cute little paint and sip in Pomona, California. So if you guys want to come hang out with me and a few friends and have a chill night with little cocktails and paint, come hang out with us. And I will be posting more about it on my IG, Baddies with Babies, or on Yoatzi's IG.
I'll be there.
All my info.
I know.
And Louie is going to be there too,
yeah,
guys.
It'll be a cute little kiki to end the season.
Yeah. So if you want to come hang out with us, come hang out with us.
Yeah. God, I can't believe it. Like, just saying it. But I'm not letting it, like, feel like that because we're going to come back bigger and better.
With a bang. We always come back with a bang, guys.
Yeah. So thank you guys for sticking with us for the last episode of this season. And we'll be back sooner than you think. And we're still going to be posting content on our platforms, our personal ones as well. Pretty Not Smart. So you'll see us on there. But we love you guys.
Be on the lookout for the rata video.
I see. I'm scared. I want to say goodbye.
Bye, guys. We love you. We miss you. We'll see you in a few weeks. We promise it won't take forever.
We won't take. Just tell her to hurry up and give birth.
Right now.
We love you guys. And thank you for an amazing season 2. And hopefully we come back to 200K subs on Instagram.
Or we're not YouTube. Coming back.
Bye, you guys.
I'm
scared.